Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us. We've got more wind and rain coming, but another warm day before that turns up. Here's the animated wind map. We've put in this today the moisture. So the areas that you can see here in the more bluish, purplish colouring, that indicates where the moisture is. And you can see how the high out to the east and the low just to the east of Sydney are working together to drive in that subtropical airflow, and that's where all the rain clouds lie. And that's the low that's drifting in with the cold front on Friday. So at the moment we're still under the high pressure. That's why many places in the South Island are getting up into the mid to late 20s under sunny skies and fairly light winds. It is an unusual burst of heat across the country. So this is how we look for Thursday. You can see that incoming low and all that moisture in between the low and the high. So for Thursday itself, it's a bit of a transition day where the weather will start to go downhill. In other words, the clouds will build, the winds will build, and we'll probably see later in the day some rain or showers on the west coast, and also an increase in just drizzle patches or light showers in the upper North Island. There have been a few around this week, but there'll be even more on Thursday. And eastern areas, well, you've got a windy day developing, so that means it'll be probably quite warm for you and fairly sunny until the clouds thicken up and spill over from the west coast. And then we get to Friday, and that's when the rain does truly come in. It's a bit patchy though. It's not necessarily the biggest, most widespread burst of rain we've had, but there are some localized heavy falls possible on Friday because of the mixture of that low that's down here and the departing subtropical airflow. There could be just a few areas of rain. So this is how the weather company is seeing the rainfall to look on Friday. The areas you want to focus on, if you don't want much rain, blue and green. That's only 2 to 5 millimeters of rain. So if you look at the blue to green areas, they're pretty much the whole eastern half of both islands. Now that's not good news if you do need rain, of course. Parts of Southland, Otago and South Canterbury are now drier than they should be. Same story around parts of Hawke's Bay and Gisborne. So you're going to miss out on the bulk of this rain. The bulk of the rain will be over on the west coast, around the Nelson Ranges, Mount Taranaki, and also up here in the far north, there's a chance for some heavier falls there. If you look at the scale, that's taking you down towards about the 25 to 30 to 45 millimeter mark. There could be some rain warnings. Now we get to Saturday, and it looks as though there's an area of rain. This is a tricky one for forecasters because it's the exact same width as the upper North Island, Northland and Auckland area. So if it drifts a little bit out to sea, you've got a cloudy, mostly dry day, maybe some sunny spells, but if it stays like this, you could have a drizzly, showery day with rain developing and maybe even some heavy falls. It is dry for most other central and eastern areas. Rain returns to Fiordland, or it remains around there. And then once we get into Sunday, that rain is just hovering around the upper North Island. So it's going to be a bit of an interesting weekend. We can't yet lock this in. So it's one of those forecasts you have to check back on if you're planning an outdoor weekend in the upper North Island. Central areas look mostly dry, although there will be some rain or showers later on Sunday. Eastern areas again, mostly dry, but on Sunday, in comes a colder, wetter southwesterly change. Your temperatures really drop on Sunday, and the rain will make it into some eastern areas as well. And we end on Monday, big picture here, where you can see high pressure is returning to the North Island, but that will encourage windy westerlies for the south. So that means rain for Fiordland and the west coast. It means dry, windy, warm weather in the east coast, and behind it, another low and another big high. So we are truly in the middle of spring right now. It's going to be with us for a few more weeks just yet. Summer, of course, about 4 weeks to 6 weeks away. We'll start to notice that summer pattern a bit more as we have done this week over the next month. That is all from me for now. We'll update you again tomorrow with the latest on this incoming rain.